we will explore one of the most crucial and defining moments in American history, the Battle of Gettysburg. Fought during the American Civil War, this battle was a turning point that had a profound impact on the course of the war and the future of the United States. Let's start with some background. By the summer of 1863, the American Civil War had been raging for over 2 years. Confederate General Robert E. Lee had won a series of significant victories in Virginia, boosting Southern morale and encouraging him to invade the North. Lee's aim was to relieve pressure on the Southern states, secure much-needed supplies, and potentially force the Union into negotiating peace by threatening northern cities. The Battle of Gettysburg began on July 1, 1863, when Confederate forces encountered Union cavalry just outside the small town of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. What started as a skirmish quickly escalated as both sides rushed reinforcements to the area. The Union forces, under the command of Major General George G. Meade, initially found themselves outnumbered and were pushed back through the town. However, they managed to regroup and take up strong defensive positions on the high ground south of Gettysburg, including key locations such as Cemetery Hill, Culp's Hill, and Little Round Top. On July 2nd, General Lee attempted to break the Union lines with a series of assaults on both flanks. The fighting was intense, particularly at places like Devil's Den, the Wheat Field, and the Peach Orchard. Despite heavy casualties on both sides, the Union forces held their ground. One of the most famous moments of the battle occurred on Little Round Top, where Union Colonel Joshua Chamberlain and his 20th Maine Regiment successfully defended the hill from repeated Confederate attacks. Their bravery and tenacity played a key role in preventing the Confederates from gaining a critical advantage. The third and final day of the battle is perhaps the most well-known. On July 3rd, General Lee made a bold decision to attack the center of the Union line on Cemetery Ridge, believing it to be the weakest point. This assault, known as Pickett's Charge, involved around 12,500 Confederate soldiers marching across open fields under heavy Union artillery and rifle fire. The attack was a disastrous failure, resulting in severe Confederate losses. Less than half of the men who started the charge made it back to their own lines, and the Confederate forces were forced to retreat. The Battle of Gettysburg resulted in approximately 51,000 casualties, making it the bloodiest battle of the Civil War. The Union victory at Gettysburg was a turning point. It halted Lee's invasion of the North and marked the beginning of the decline for the Confederate Army. Following the battle, the Confederate forces retreated back to Virginia, and never again would they launch an offensive of such magnitude in Northern Territory. The victory also bolstered Union morale and gave President Abraham Lincoln the opportunity to reframe the war's purpose. Just a few months later, on November 19, 1863, President Abraham Lincoln delivered one of the most famous speeches in American history, the Gettysburg Address, at the dedication of the Soldiers' National Cemetery. In his brief but powerful remarks, Lincoln honored the fallen soldiers and emphasized the principles of liberty and equality. He also redefined the Civil War as not just a fight to preserve the Union, but as a struggle to ensure that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. The Battle of Gettysburg is remembered as one of the most significant events in American history. The Gettysburg National Military Park, established to preserve the battlefield, serves as a monument to those who fought and died there. The lessons learned from this battle continue to resonate today, reminding us of the cost of war and the importance of unity and perseverance. The Battle of Gettysburg was more than just a military engagement. It was a defining moment in the American Civil War that shaped the future of the nation. The bravery and sacrifice of those who fought there continue to inspire and remind us of the values that bind us together as a nation.